Whoa.
One big effects set piece of our movie is the impact of the meteor and its ensuing destruction of the world.
Something's wrong.
It's not a meteor hitting and destroying the world. It is the monster cloud, because the dinosaurs don't know meteors from meatballs. They know monsters, and they know when something's trying to kill them.
The idea behind it was that it was actually an entity. It was a creature. It had a sentient kind of being. And to create it, we used just about every trick in the book. We used miniatures, we used digital effects, we used little pyrotechnics. But the idea was to give it life.
Sorry, where are you? And there even some of the movement of the cloud and stuff like that. We thought of trying to get it to crawl across the water, coming at the island, you know, to attack it. And that also was sort of self-perpetuating. It was like feeding on itself. So as these fragments blew out from it, then they would fall back in and explode, and then more fragments would come out and just kind of keep leaping forward, going for the island.
Run, Dog! Run! Run!
It's the idea of this particular shot was this was supposed to be an aerial view, or like a helicopter view of the shock wave from the comet hitting the Earth heading toward Lemur Island. It was shot with the camera upside down, so instead of seeing it like this in the final shot, you actually see it more like that. All the little bits and stuff breaking off are other little explosive pieces they had mounted on this upside-down board. And so these are all little flares of phosphorus and things like that that are going up in the air from those explosions, all these little interactive pieces. What we're supposed to do with this is to then color correct it and take it into our digital world and start putting the rest of the world around it. The hardest effect shot in the movie was the monster's point of view approaching the island.
In this particular sequence, we're actually simulating sort of the look of the meteor striking, and we're doing a lot of camera car sequences. We're actually running through our forest while these meteors are crashing around us.
It was a lot of difficult scenes.
The flares will ignite. They drop great hot molten stuff that go through hats really easily.
But it was also sort of the sequence that everybody loved working on because we love our explosions.
One of the fun parts of Lemur Island was creating miniatures of parts of it, like the tree and like the peninsula, just so that we could blow them up.
So hard to do it full size. You can't go blowing up cliffs usually. The Parks Department, they get really upset when you do it.
But if you mess up, don't worry. They'll never remember.
If you were trying to do this in a computer situation or even an animated situation, it's like you only have your imagination to draw from. And if you've never seen something like this occur, you have no idea what it would look like. And there's so many random events involved that it would be very difficult to predict.
Well, we call it serendipity, you know, and that's the kind of the beauty of shooting stuff in the real world. You get happy accidents. We call this the special effects salute. You know, you always have your fingers crossed.
In certain situations, the computer's the way to go, but with destructive events like this, miniatures still have the upper hand.
In the past 10 years, the way things have changed in terms of being able to manipulate the image through the computer has been phenomenal.
When you watch this on DVD particularly, you can stop and look at an individual moment and see how we did it, and then go to the next moment, and what you can see, the detail work in this movie is so phenomenal.
It is spectacular. It's fun to watch every time.
This movie was so complicated, I knew the job was dangerous when I took it.
Only a madman would have considered making this movie. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Nothing like an explosion to shake things up. You know?